but taking care of the basketball and sharing the ball, a big factor for this K-State team early. Walker, who had 4 steals in the first quarter of the game on Sunday, gets another to start in this game, and she's got the first 4. Trying to maintain their perfect record at home, 6 of those so far this season. 11th in net ranking that just came out. Drive here by Flowers, able to finish over Walker.
High arch runner, but either way, hand in your face, you got to find a way to put it into the basket.
Samira Poindexter, Jeff Mitty mentioned that they kind of wanted her to take some more shots when she felt like she was open. That she hits her first 3.
Position to catch and be ready to shoot the basketball.
She'll drive in the lane here. Late trailer 3 for Sides. Yes! Sides remains hot and forces the timeout by Eastern Illinois.
She's going to have a shooter in the corner. Sundell doesn't take the 3 because they get the closeout, but the trailer is where Sides comes and knocks it down. She is the other the side of that coin, Brian, is that you can't be just completely siloed and looking at only that. I think if you're Kansas State, that ball's got to get better movement. They finally get her a touch, clear room. But Sundell makes a great entry pass, puts it in a space where spacing is going to be key here as they go forward.
Walker with a shot clock winding down, hammers the 3. Phrase the other day, playing to a standard. I think he's going to bring that up again when he visits with Hannah at halftime, because offensively, it doesn't feel like K-State is playing to that quote-unquote standard that they had before.
There may be no Kennedy or Lester on the floor, and that's okay. But in the majority of the time, this is where they make them pay, is out front in the backcourt.
Walker with yet another steal, trying to lob it up. There's Taylor to clean up the mess. Put it in and 1.
For the foul, Glenn kind of tried the lob, wasn't really there, but a ton of traffic. And Kennedy.
Jada Johnston returns for Eastern Illinois. Shot clock winding down. Glenn left wide open, swishes the 3.
Jalen Glenn, 41% from 3 in the full court. You continue to attack and finish at the rim.
Lob goes to Lee. This time collects herself and scores. 9 for Lee, 4 away from the record.
And the message from the Eastern Illinois coaches is that there's got to be more pressure out on the guards. Too easy right now for Kansas State to sit and pick and throw that ball inside.
Kind of the pick and roll there. Flowers forced to give it up. Roush will cut left side on the baseline and score. Her first basket. Sundell forced off the 3-point line and then throws it away. 9 first-half turnovers on K-State. Good dish at the last second finds Tiny Lewis, who has 4. Final 10 seconds belong to K-State as another gap goat stop goes up. Poindexter down to the baseline, scores it right before the buzzer. Poindexter with penetration, the pass back in, easy play for Lee. And now 2 points away from the all-time record at K-State. It comes loose to the Panthers. Flowers, full head of steam. That's blocked by Walker. Ball lost by DeRoche, picked up by K-State. On the run with Glenn. Not quite the numbers. Lob to Lee for the record. She got it! The all-time scoring leader at K-State is Ayoka Lee. The crowd going nuts as Lee is mobbed. It seems like her team.
For a post player like Ayoka Lee, she's had to have a lot of help. She's had to have good guards and people that are willing to get her the basketball. She's done a lot of that work herself, whether it's on the glass, at the free throw line. I think that's the beauty of what you see in the history of Kansas State basketball. A lot of great players, all different kinds. To this third quarter for Kansas State, that 10-0 run, they have locked down Eastern Illinois, forced them into perimeter shots.
Walker trying to get some separation for Lester. To the baseline and 1.
Now all of a sudden you have space. You come back the other way, go over that left shoulder, and a chance at the end.
Her first basket of the season in her career. Sides the other way. Pull-up three-pointer for Taryn Sides. Still red hot from behind the arc.
You do create so much of that camaraderie, and I think you're going to start to see it, and you have already seen it. You find sort of that sync that you get with other players on the floor. You understand each other, you know their game, and when you spend time on the floor and off the floor, it makes a big difference. That camaraderie and that chemistry goes a long way.
Arroyo just got into the game. Redshirt freshman out of Madrid, Spain. That is what she does, is shoot the three. Hits one over Poindexter. Just the second three made of the night.
We mentioned
Illinois.
at the start that it had been a tough shooting night in their win that they had coming into this game.
Quite a different story, three-point shooting there. 34 threes attempted by Iowa State in that game.
That's the system, but you learn and you battle also against that person in practice. You watch them, you soak it all in, and I think you're seeing some of the evolution of Maupin's game and that understanding.
And one chance for Filippo, the freshman.
And Eastern Illinois has not backed down on their tenacity to get to the rim.
Second in the Big 12, behind only West Virginia. Into Taylor, she'll lay it in. Taylor in double figures again for the 5th time this year in 8 games. You know, Arroyo and Filippo, 2 freshmen, really try and pick up the scoring. Again, Maupin running the court, one of the best things she can do, and 6 points for Maupin, all in transition. Taylor. Walker. First, second half points come on another 3.
The key will be the minutes she's able to play on the floor. She's managed that well. She did it against UCA on Sunday, so far here tonight. But this is the growth factor for these young players for Kansas State.
Brings Colson in for this Eastern Illinois squad. You see Maupin with the shot fake to get the freshman in the air, get the and one. So Maupin with a season high 8, having the 6th half, and that was the 6th right there.
Yeah.
A little better than the first half. It still isn't, I'm sure, up to the standard that Jeff Biddy would want.
Whether it's been aggressive out front, whether they've tried to get more tips and be a better help side in the post and limit the touches for Lee. The turnovers tonight, those are 15 right now for Kansas State.
Final score, the last thing to come. Bench was telling Maupin to shoot that 3-pointer. Sides will do the honors and hit another. So Sides with back-to-back games with 4 more threes.
That's where you have to land. It's a sweet spot, and it's hard to teach, and young guards have a struggle with it, but they're doing their job here so far early in the season.
Walker, who started the game with a steal, maybe ending the game with a steal as well. So he lays it up and in. 16 for Walker. Maupin had fallen down, so an easy lay-in for Eastern Illinois the other way. As they do the finishing touches on this one. Colson, the team captain, is able to spin in a left hand. She's got 6 off the bench, and that'll do it. 90-43 the final. Kansas State will get to 8-1 on the year, and they'll turn their attention to USC Upstate coming up on Thursday night.